Hello students, we are going to discuss about the problem of fundamental concept, basic and derived unit, use of different system of unit in process calculations. This is a first example problem in multiple effect evaporator system. The second effect is maintained under vacuum of 475 torr. Find the absolute pressure in kilopascal. So read the problem carefully. Problem is a evaporator system. This is multiple effect evaporator system. So this system maintained the pressure of 475 torr under vacuum. So this pressure is a vacuum pressure. The unit is a torr. So we want to calculate absolute pressure in kilopascal. So in terms of kilopascal. So students, you know the procedure how to solve the problem. First, step 1 to 5. So question of the problem. But this question, absolute pressure in kilopascal. Step number 2, basis of this problem. So after reading the problem, you take all given data's values. So in this problem, vacuum pressure is equal to 475 torr. This is the second step. Third step, this is the major step. So write the formula, substitute all the values, find out the answer. So this is the third step. Fourth step, result. After calculating the value, you take the result value in this step. So now we will go to discuss the solution of the problem. 1 torr is equal to 1 mmHg. The torr is the vacuum pressure. So the vacuum pressure unit is a torr. So R mmHg. 1 torr is equal to 1 mmHg. This is the unit conversion. So as per our problem, 475 torr vacuum pressure is equal to 475 mmHg. What is the relation absolute pressure and vacuum pressure? So absolute pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure minus vacuum pressure. So one point is very important in this problem. Above the atmospheric level, that is a gauge pressure. Below the atmospheric pressure, under the vacuum pressure. So below mean we are consider negative. Above mean we are taking positive. Suppose we want to write the relationship between absolute pressure and gauge pressure. So change this expression. Absolute pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure plus gauge pressure. So but this problem, they are not given the gauge pressure. They are given only the vacuum pressure. So that's why we will choose this formula. Absolute pressure is equal to atmospheric pressure minus vacuum pressure. Vacuum pressure is always negative pressure. So another name is a negative pressure. So why? Because below the atmospheric level. Are you clear? So what about the atmospheric pressure? Atmospheric pressure generally we will take 1 atmosphere. So what is the relation of atmosphere and mmHg? 1 atmosphere is equal to 760 mmHg. This is a constant value. Always we are taking atmospheric pressure 1 atmosphere. Atmosphere to mmHg mean 1 atmosphere is equal to 760 mmHg. Now come to the problem. Absolute pressure. Absolute pressure formula, atmospheric pressure minus vacuum pressure. But here we know the two values. Atmospheric pressure, this is a constant value, 1 atm. Atm is converted into mmHg. So 1 atm is equal to 760 mmHg. We substitute here 760. As per our problem, given value, vacuum pressure 475 mmHg. Minus these two value, finally we got absolute pressure 285 mmHg. So this is our answer. But we don't want in terms of mmHg. Question is a absolute pressure in kilopascal. But we have only in terms of mmHg. So what is the conversion mmHg to kilopascal? 1 mmHg is equal to 0.133 kilopascal. This is the conversion. So 1 mmHg is equal to 0.133 kilopascal mean our answer 285 mmHg. So 1 mmHg is equal to 0.133 kilopascal mean 285 mmHg is equal to how much kilopascal? So 285 into 0.133 divided by 1, that is equal to 37.9 kilopascal. Are you clear? Second question. How many moles of H2SO4 will contain 64 kg of sulfur? This is very important problem. So what is the relation mole and weight? Number of moles is equal to weight by molecular weight. You don't forget, this formula is very important. Number of moles is equal to weight by molecular weight. So as per the problem procedure, you go to mention all the values. You don't forget this step. So I will not mention any step here. So when you are going to solve the problem, you must follow the procedure. So here molecular weight of H2SO4 is equal to 98, because hydrogen is 2 into 1, sulfur 32 plus 4 into 16. Oxygen is 60, is it correct? So oxygen 4 molecule, so 4 into 16, sulfur 32 plus 2 into 1, hydrogen 1. So 2 molecule mean 2 into 1. Adding this value, that is equal to 98. Molecular weight is nothing but summation of atomic weight of compound. Are you clear? Okay. Yes. So you take this problem, the how many moles of H2SO4 will contain 64 kg of sulfur. You see H2SO4. This is sulfuric acid. So sulfuric acid, how many sulfur contain? Only 1 mole. Is it correct? Yes, is the only 1 mole. So 1 mole of sulfur is equal to 1 mole of H2SO4. Only 1 mole of H2SO4 contain 1 mole of sulfur. So in terms of kg, how to convert kg? 1 mole of sulfur converting into kg of sulfur. So number of moles is equal to weight by molecular weight. From this expression, what is the weight? Weight is equal to number of moles into molecular weight. Number of moles here 1. Molecular weight of sulfur, you know, that is a 32. 32 into 1 is equal to 32 kg of sulfur is equal to 1 mole of sulfuric acid. 1 mole of sulfuric acid converting into kg. So 1 mole of sulfuric acid mean number of moles is equal to weight by molecular weight. Weight, if you want weight value, so the number of moles into molecular weight. Number of moles 1, molecular weight of sulfuric acid, that is 98. So the 98 kg of sulfuric acid. Are you clear? This is very important. 1 mole of sulfur contain 1 mole of H2SO4. So convert in terms of kg. Use this formula. Number of moles is equal to weight by molecular weight. In this case, you know the number of moles. Number of moles is a 1 is equal to weight by molecular weight is a 32. 1 into 32 is equal to 32 kg of sulfur. Similarly, 1 mole of H2SO4. So this is also number of moles is equal to weight by molecular weight. So weight is a weight only we want to calculate, is right? Weight is equal to number of moles into molecular weight. Number of moles is a 1, molecular weight is a 98 kg of sulfuric acid. Are you clear? Yes. So for our problem, 32 kg of sulfur contain 98 kg of sulfuric acid. But problem 64 kg of sulfur. So 32 kg contain 98 kg mean 64 kg of sulfur contain how much kg of H2SO4? So 64 into 98 divided by 32. This is equal to 196 kg. So this is our problem. But question is how many moles? Weight is known, convert into moles. So the moles is H2SO4 is equal to weight of H2SO4 divided by molecular weight of H2SO4. So here weight is a 196, molecular weight of H2SO4 90. Then finally we got the value 2 kmol. Very simple problem. How many moles of H2SO4 will contain 64 kg of sulfur? Finally 2 kmol. Yes student, this is very important problem. This is also the conversion of one system of unit to another system of unit. Third example problem. The volumetric flow rate of a liquid of specific gravity 0.8 is 120 foot cube per minute. Find the mass flow rate in kg per second. Volumetric flow rate is nothing but capital Q. Capital Q formula, area into velocity. So this value is given 120 foot cube per minute. This is volumetric flow rate. Volumetric flow rate in FES unit, foot per system unit. This is one system of unit. Another values are given specific gravity. Specific gravity 0.8. Specific gravity notation capital S. So question is a mass flow rate in kg per second. So convert it into kg per second, mass flow rate. So the mass flow rate formula, product of volumetric flow rate and density. Okay, in kg per second. Kg per second is a SI unit. But this problem, conversion from FES unit to SI unit. So what are the given data? Capital S is a 0.8. We want density value. Specific gravity is known. See the problem. Problem is a liquid or gas. Problem is a liquid. So use this formula. Specific gravity is equal to 0.8. So this is given. So specific gravity of the liquid is equal to density of the liquid divided by density of the water. Why here we are prefer the water? So this is a liquid. So water is a reference fluid here. So our reference or standard liquid here. So specific gravity is known, density of the liquid is unknown, density of the water is known. So use this formula. Specific gravity of the liquid is equal to density of the liquid divided by density of the water. So in this case, specific gravity of the liquid is 0.8. Density of the liquid is unknown. Here I will mention that is a rho, divided by density of the water 1000. So cross multiply. The rho is equal to 0.8 into 1000. So that is 800 kg per metric. So simply use you write given value specific gravity mean multiply with 1000 for liquid. So because standard fluid or standard liquid is a water. So specific gravity is 0.8 mean density is a 800 kg per metric cube. So after using the formula only we got the value 800 kg per metric cube. So for this problem volumetric flow rate is given. Volumetric flow rate 120 foot cube per minute. So this is converted into metric cube per second. So how will convert metric cube per second? 1 feet cube is equal to 0.3048 cube of metric cube. This is SI unit. Then minute convert into second. 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. Now Q is equal to 120 foot cube per minute. So you don't touch the 120 value. 120 is a constant. Now we want to convert foot cube. 1 foot cube is equal to how much metric cube? 0.3048 cube metric cube. So take 0.3048 into, that is a cube value, divided by minute mean 60 seconds, divided by 60. So multiply and reduce. Finally we got capital Q is equal to 0.056 metric cube per second. So this is the capital Q in terms of SI unit, metric cube per second. So we want mass flow rate. Mass flow rate formula already I said, product of volumetric flow rate and density, Q into rho. So here Q is known 0.056, rho is known 800, multiply these two value, finally we got 45.30 kg per second mass flow rate of the liquid. Are you clear?